The Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is the perfect place for you and your family to stay healthy and fit. From our 25-meter indoor swimming pool to our well-equipped cardio room, we've got you covered. Whether you're looking to lift weights or to get moving in one of our many Group X classes, the Aquatic and Fitness Center has it all. With everything from yoga to cycling, you're sure to find a workout that's fit for you. Come by and find out for yourself why the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has something for everyone in America's greatest family resort. The Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is the perfect place for you and your family to stay healthy and fit. From our 25-meter indoor swimming pool to our well-equipped cardio room, we've got you covered. Whether you're looking to lift weights or to get moving in one of our many Group X classes, the Aquatic and Fitness Center has it all. With everything from yoga to cycling, you're sure to find a workout that's fit for you. Come by and find out for yourself why the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has something for everyone in America's greatest family resort.
Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. It's Ocean City and Pleasantville for the 100th time. Some people think it's the last time on Thanksgiving. Some others say, hold on. But we do know that it's the 100th game between these two schools. Started back in 1921. I forgot to ask Jim Schaefer what the weather was like that day. But and by the way, it is the oldest Thanksgiving rivalry in the area. The Vineland and Millville did not play on Thanksgiving until 1930. And Atlantic City and Holy Spirit didn't play on Thanksgiving until 31. So Ocean City and Pleasantville was the first. And it's an interesting game this year. Both teams made the playoffs and were eliminated in the first round. Pleasantville has had quite a layoff coming into this game. And the Greyhounds are different, and they're unique in this sense. They've got three quarterbacks who between them have thrown for over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdown passes. And they've only run for 6 touchdowns all year. So it's an interesting team. Ocean City, of course, still with some injuries, but they've had a good season this year. Matt Jamison, Bud Rink, happy Thanksgiving. It should be an interesting game.
You know, Tom, it's always interesting to me. Again, I'm a traditionalist. I love Thanksgiving Day football. And as you said, this has been a tradition between these two teams for, long before Moby Dick was even a minnow. So, it's been a lot of games where it's been very, very competitive. Some years Pleasantville just overwhelmed Ocean City. Other years Ocean City overwhelmed Pleasantville. But for the large part, it's usually a pretty good game, and I expect this one to be just the same.
Pleasantville won the toss. They deferred. Francisco Aguirre to kick off for the Greyhounds. It's a cold, crisp, but bright and sunny day here. And it's a short kick coming down at about the 25-yard line. Barely bounced to the receiver. Pleasantville seems to think they have the football. We'll see.
That was a tough kickoff to field, Tom. That ball bounced, as you said, and it went high in the air. And he had to go high up to get it because the pressure was coming, and it looked like they were going to be able to, Pleasantville might be able to recover it. I think that was Bernardus.
Couple of stats here. Ocean City quarterback Rowley Gunnels needs 15 yards to hit 1,500 for the season. He needs 32 yards to get 3,000 for his career, and he needs 290 yards to break Andrew Donahue's school record. And Guy Gargan's here, so we know it's a big game. Ocean City with motion, and there it goes. Gunther off the right side. He's developed into a very good running back as this season has progressed. He's gained 481 yards, averaging 4 yards per carry.
Tackle there by Khalil Shepperson, a junior linebacker. Ocean City's going to have to get that run game established today, I think, Tom.
Keep your eye on number 0, Chris Wright. He's got 150 tackles over the last 2 years. Gunther again, he's got some room, and he's out to about the 29-yard line. It closed fast by Ashad Hill, who also has over 50 tackles this season.
Yeah, Chris Wright's going to line up on that defensive line pretty much all the time, and at the left tackle position on that 4-man front. Like you said, they're going to have to, do something about him, account for him every down.
He's got Matt Jamison numbers in the gym. 325 bench press, 500 squat.
I don't know about the squat.
Back to throw. Pass is complete to Gunther on the right flat, but well defensed by Pleasantville. And Ocean City's going to have to punt.
Ocean City must have seen something, but they came out, ran the ball, first 2 downs. On 2nd and long, Pleasantville was in their base defense with the linebackers 4 or 5 yards off the ball, and they can fly. They can fly to the ball. It's interesting that Ocean City didn't throw the ball.
No, right. John Moyer here to punt.
Wind at his back. A pretty decent wind down there on the field, Tom, and it's at the Ocean City's back here in the first quarter.
Xander Roberts Bogan and Ivan Mitchell back always like when two people are back on a punt. I think it opens up a lot more things.
They definitely want to return.
High punt. Taken back at about the 27-yard line. Terrific coverage for Ocean City. And making the tackle for the Raiders is Will McGinn, the 5'10", 175-pound senior.
Yeah, McGinn, he's a senior. He's got down there on that special team, made a heck of a tackle.
Yeah, grabbed hold of that ankle, and it looked like the return man was going to shake free, but McGinn really kept hold and waited till the rest of the cavalry got there.
So Pleasantville, from its own 30-yard line, starts after the punt. Marlon Leslie will take the snap. As we said, they used 3 different quarterbacks this year. Leslie, better known as a runner than a passer, though he's passed the ball fairly well here. He throws the ball out of bounds. The receiver couldn't pull it in. Leslie, of course, played his last year at Mainland and transferred back to Pleasantville, where he had played his first 2 seasons. I'm sorry, played here as a freshman, played at Mainland the next 2 years, and then transferred the week before the season started this year. Had to sit out some days, and he's contributed. He's thrown for 330 yards and run for 342 yards.
Yeah. Well, number 69, Clifford Dirks, the D tackle, he kept contained there. I think he got held, but he kept contained pretty well.
Receiver split to the right and left. Ocean City with a number of injured players and have for the past month. Long count. Leslie hands it off. Ball pops out. And it looks like Pleasantville's going to recover it.
Wow.
For
all
first
the way
down.
out to the 48-yard line.
Boy, the ball took a couple of funny bounces, about 4 Raiders around the ball, and just didn't get the right bounce coming their way. You know, Tom, the one thing that opportunity that Pleasantville has, when you said they 1,000 yards among their quarterbacks combined, and they do like to throw the ball, but boy, if nobody's open, they can run.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Marlon Leslie, as we said, ran for 342 yards. And Qasim Azadullah has run for 267 yards. Ivan Mitchell's run for 194. That's also spread out among a number of players. Whereas Ocean City pretty much has 1 running back and 1 quarterback. There's a shift for the Greyhounds. 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Long count. Oh, it looked like he turned to hand it off. Nobody was there, but it turns into a pass play. And Leslie scrambling.
Oh, that's a clip.
He gets back across the line of scrimmage out to the 50 for a gain of about 2 yards on that play.
Well, coming back.
Yeah, you can see the flag down there, and it's thrown in that backfield as the run. But I'll tell you, that's a shame because for Pleasantville, it's just a great run for him to get away and reverse field and avoid the tackle. But, again, it's coming back for big yardage loss.
Live video coverage of Ocean City High School football produced by Crossover Productions and Prime Events and Association Sports X Network. Executive producers Bill Shawcross and Matt Ulmer. Bill Shawcross is also our videographer. Tell your friends they can watch the action by going to oceancitysports.com and selecting the live online broadcast link on the home page, or by visiting sportsxnetwork.com live. And you can watch not only this game, but all the games in this 2022 season and seasons before. Now, Pleasantville's in the hole.
Yeah, about 38 yards I got.
That's what I think it is. No, 28, right?
He said 30. I think it's 38.
Well, it's a long way. Low snap, too. Leslie picks it up. He's scrambling. There's a man out there. It's going to be in the air a long time, but it's caught at the 45 and down close to the Ocean City 40-yard line. That's Xander Roberts-Bogan. He came into the game with 247 receiving yards and a big first down conversion for Pleasantville.
Yeah, and
how about the 2 first downs they've gotten this game so far?
Unbelievable. But the defensive coaches aren't going to like that play at all. 2 defenders both beaten on the ball, and that ball was in the air forever. And neither one of them really, making the defensive play there. That's something that the defensive coaches are pulling their hair out right now.
Yeah, Ocean City, bad breaks this first series.
1st and 10 on the 40 for the Greyhounds. And a flag.
Yeah.
They had too many players in the huddle. So 5-yard penalty against Pleasantville.
But, and Tom, going back to what you said with Marlon Leslie, it was a bad snap, snaps on the ground, he picks it up, dodges a couple tackles, throws the ball a mile high in the air, mile down the field, and first down, 1st and 38 or whatever it was.
Yeah. They were on the 20, and they had to get to the 42.
First and 15 now at the 45 of Ocean City. Leslie awaits the snap. Low snap again. Pitches, trying to get to the outside. No success. That's Ivan Mitchell, one of their top ball carriers, and he's stopped by Nick Layton, who leads Ocean City in tackles.
Yeah, Layton was making sure he didn't get outside, and that forced him to go back, make the cut to come back inside, and I think his feet went out from under him.
Layton leads the team with 76 tackles this year, and he missed 2 games. He's also had 5 tackles for losses. He has a sack. So he's had quite a defensive season.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good one.
And he'll be back. In fact, I think it's 8 of the 10 leaders in tackles for Ocean City will be back next year. So the defense will be experienced. 2nd down and about 17 yards to go. Leslie pitches back. Here comes Mitchell again. This time he's got some room. And he is stopped again by Layton.
Another flag.
Inside the 45 at about the 42 or 41-yard line. It's against Pleasantville.
Lock in the back or a hole?
Yep.
I think the officials, I should have noticed this earlier in the year, but I think they just communicate now to each other through
headphones.
Earpieces and headphones, yeah. Instead of gathering together and taking that time and talking about everything they're going to have for Thanksgiving dinner, they just, one guy's telling the referee, here's what the penalty is.
Pleasantville has very active cheerleaders and a very active drum line, as you'll hear throughout the game.
Great atmosphere.
Oh, yeah. And a great crowd. It doesn't look like the kind of game that should be eliminated. But there's other factors. We'll see. Double slot formation. Leslie, this time it's a high snap and he handles it. He's under some pressure, gets a nice block, scrambles, throws too high, incomplete.
Yeah, Tom, it is a great crowd. 10 o'clock game, Thanksgiving. It is tradition and has a special place in a lot of people's heart. Definitely agree with that.
It's becoming difficult because of the way the football playoffs are structured. And also because the teams that want the game to count in their power ratings. And, of course, if it's played after the last weekend in October, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other factors. But,
again, I think it's just a case of the tail wagging the dog. We're doing what we want to do for the few people so they can have a state championship in football and to the detriment to most every other high school in the state of New Jersey.
3rd and 21 at the 49, at their own 49 for Pleasantville. Leslie waits the snap. He's got a receiver to the left, a wing back on the right side. He's rolling to the right. Passes down the sideline, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Khalil Witherspoon. Khalil brought a smile to the face of the Pleasantville coaches when he showed up for summer practice because he had grown 3 inches and added 42 pounds. But
eating his Wheaties.
Yeah, but he couldn't pull that one in, so it's going to be a punting situation for Pleasantville. Gabriel Rodriguez is standing back there counting heads.
He was covered down there by James Pickenich. The Raiders missed him for a couple games due to injury.
They had eight people who had started during the season missing, in that game with Vineland and the game with Shawnee. Well, Pickenich is back. High end-over-end kick. And caught at the 20. He didn't call for a fair catch, so he got leveled by Ivan Mitchell right after catching it.
Charlie Shutta?
Charlie Shutta.
Yeah, he did a great job fielding that ball with pressure right on him.
Absolutely. Ocean City now takes over on its own 20.
There's a lot of tradition here, Tom. I remember when I played, and if you were a freshman, you came up. They brought the freshmen up for that week of practice, and that was like a rite of passage. There's a lot to this game.
Trips to the right. Gunther to the right of Gunnels. Play action over the middle, complete. And it's out to about the 29-yard line, about a yard or two short of the first down. Got that ball quickly out of his hand and into the hands of Pat Lonergan.
Well, there you go, Matt. You said that you thought they'd throw the ball.
Yeah.
And there they come out on first down and do just that. They're going to have the wind at their back for another 4:47 and the clock moving.
Again, trips to the right. This time it's Gunther. He's got the first down and shoots out across the 35-yard line.
I tell you, almost watching that play develop, it almost looked like if he was a big fullback, he wouldn't have been able to squeeze through the hole there on that line that they opened up. But he just found that seam and was able to get that first down yardage.
Terrific two-way player, transferred in. As we mentioned before, his father, NFL assistant, former head coach at Ursinus, had two of their best seasons. Pump fake, throwing long down the right side, and it is tapped away at the last minute by Xander Roberts-Bogan. Almost got it out to Lonergan in that sideline pass play that they've executed all year.
Well, yeah, I think, what Bud's been saying all year, Ocean City sets up the run with the pass, and that is certainly a staple in their passing game, as we've seen all year.
And that ball was thrown right on the money, but it couldn't have been defensed any better.
Yeah. So it's 2nd and 10. Ocean City on its own 38. Receivers left and right. Motion. That's Moyer. And up the middle with very little success. Looked like Chris Wright at the bottom of that pile. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for Ocean City.
It's Pleasantville's defense has been up to the task so far in these first two series for the Raiders. 1 first down. Opportunity for a second one here, but they're going to need 10 yards.
Moyer will be split. No, he's coming off the field. There's 4 receivers.
Got a flag.
And Ocean City is going to get a substitution penalty. They had too many in the huddle. They don't actually huddle, but
that's the kind of penalty, and then we've seen one against both teams here in the first 9 minutes of the game. At this point in the season, the coaches pull their hair out for that kind of stuff.
Moyer's back on. He's in the slot of the 3 receivers on the left. 4 receivers. Gunnels back to throw, being chased, and down he goes at the 30-yard line. That's the 31st time he's been sacked this year. That was Ashad Hill making the sack, and Ocean City will punt.
I was just about to say that Pleasantville's doing the opposite of every team that we've seen. It was 3rd and long. They had 3 down linemen, and they dropped everyone else back, and they got pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
So they must like the matchups. They're dropping a lot of people in coverage, and they're saying, okay, with 3 or 4 guys, we're going to get the quarterback, and they certainly did that time.
And the reason is because they got so much speed.
Moyer to punt. Asadullah and Roberts-Bogan back. He gets a high kick away. Taken down at the 31-yard line. Trying to get to the sidelines, but he can't do it. Lonergan wraps him up. He pulls him across the 40 and out almost to the 45-yard line.
It's going to come back, Tom. There was a roughing the kicker penalty. Kick was almost blocked, but
didn't touch it.
Didn't touch it.
I don't think it's an automatic first down, is it?
Well, they needed, what, 17 yards?
Yeah. And that's assuming it's roughing and not running into. It's a difference.
They knocked them down pretty good. I'm going to guess it would be roughing.
Yeah, I was questioning why the Ocean City kid didn't block the kid coming off the edge.
No, it's just a 5-yard penalty. It's just running into. But Ocean City takes it.
Ocean City 35.
Moyer to punt. Got a nice one off there and a pretty good return for Pleasantville. Let's see what happens this time. Good snap, no rush. They decided not to rush at all. Another good kick. Drives him back to the 24-yard line. And a nice move to get open, and now he's got some room down the sidelines with blockers in front of him. Moyer, the last chance, and he can't get to him. It's a touchdown for Xander Roberts-Bogan. Brings it back about 70 yards, 72, 73 yards, and Pleasantville scores to take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Ashad Hill made that last block on Moyer, and it was a good one. It looked like Moyer was positioning himself to be able to get in there and make that tackle at about the 15 or 10-yard line, but Hill did a nice job keeping him out. And there we go. We just talked about the speed. One little juke to the right and off to the races.
And that punt wasn't as high as his usual punts. It got to the receiver quickly, and Ocean City's coverage just wasn't set up.
Francisco Aguirre to kick. The kick is up. It's high enough. No good. So it's 6-0 Pleasantville with 1:58 seconds left in the first quarter. Winning teams know that the key to success is getting the job done right the first time. For over 100 years, Calvi Electric has applied that philosophy to their business to offer an unparalleled level of electrical expertise and service to every single customer. Now you can bring Calvi's expertise into your home for your electrical problems or improvements. And they can install solar panels that will save you money. Make Calvi Electric a part of your winning team. Call 609-345-0151 or visit calvielectric.com. And Calvi Electric salutes these Thanksgiving heroes. Bob Wallace in 1933 scored all 12 points, and Ocean City beat Pleasantville 12-0. Joe Elbertson, who scored from 20 yards out in the fourth quarter in 1936, and Ocean City won it 7-0. And Jack English, who scored twice on runs of 55 and 80 yards in 1940, and Pleasantville was a 26-0 winner over Ocean City. Just a couple of the highlights in this long 100-game series.
Wow. I wasn't even a gleam in my daddy's eye way back then.
Were you ever?
There were a couple times.
Aguirre to kick. It's high, but not deep. It's coming down, and I don't know if he fair caught that or not.
Yes, he did.
They got the ball just short of the 30-yard line. Shutta did not want to take one of those hits again, so he did call for the fair catch.
Ocean City down the ball at the Ocean City 30-yard line.
See how Ocean City responds here. Nothing really went their way so far. We'll find out.
First and 10, right at the 30.
You know, we talk about speed, and the coaches they'll show you all the plays and where to be and all, but boy, you can't coach somebody most of the time to be fast.
Receivers wide to each side. Here comes Shutta in motion. They give it to Moyer. And Moyer has a little bit of room, brings it out across the 35 to the 36. A flag comes in. Right at this point of the point of the tackle. It's a personal foul face mask against Pleasantville.
Yeah, Pleasantville's given Ocean City a lot of opportunities in this opening quarter. Let's see what they do with this penalty.
It's only a 5-yard penalty, so it's just touching the face mask. But does it get the first down?
Chain crew seems to think so.
Yeah, they get the first down. That's 40 yards in penalties here in the first quarter against Pleasantville. That's been a plus for Ocean City all year. Opposing teams have twice as many penalty yards as Ocean City does. And running room up the middle, out close to midfield with a quick burst.
Boy, he finds found a hole there again very, very quickly. I think that was Shuttle, wasn't it?
I thought it was Gunther.
Okay.
Here goes Gunnels. He can run that football, and he's big and strong, and he gets the first down across the 50 to the Pleasantville 48-yard line.
Hey, Gunnels has been under tremendous pressure all year, but I really like to see, as I believe Bud pointed out multiple times, of him keeping that ball and getting that 215-pound body upfield.
Now there's a pile up here at the 48-yard line.
They're wondering if there's a fumble, I think, trying to determine who's got the football.
Ocean City retains the football.
I don't know.
That's what the official just pointed.
Okay, well,
referee just pointed.
That's right. The guys in the maroon shirts don't count because they were all pointing the other way.
So first down, number 3 for Ocean City. Pleasantville only has 2, but they brought a punt back 73 yards for a touchdown. So they lead it here 6-0. Receivers left and right. A wing back on the right side. Gunnels has Gunther to his right. Here comes a motion from Moyer. Gunnels in trouble, and down he goes.
Yeah, they brought people that time.
You look back downfield, they got a deep safety and man-to-man coverage. Both receivers covered like a blanket, and then the 3 linebackers there with nobody to worry about, and they just got great pass rush from the other 5 guys.
That was Chris Wright, his 5th sack of the year, and it's second down and about 21 to go.
Yeah, Pleasantville has a solid defensive game plan here. They're staying in their base, bringing a stunt once in a while, but their base linemen are getting pressure on Gunnels. That's the issue.
Yeah, he's been sacked twice here, and there's a timeout. No, the quarter runs out. So that's the end of the first quarter here at Pleasantville, with the Greyhounds leading Ocean City 6-0. The rides aren't open at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street and the Boardwalk in Ocean City, but this is a good time to get bargains for next summer. Their ticket sale is underway at Gillians.com. At Wonderland Pier, your tickets never expire. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th and the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online for savings at Gillians.com. The people at Gillian's Wonderland Pier wish you a happy Thanksgiving and want to salute some more Thanksgiving heroes. Joe Avis connected with Walt Buchholz for the game's only score in 1948. Ocean City won it 7-0. Joe Avis, incidentally, will be inducted into the Ocean City High School Sports Hall of Fame in January. And then in 1956, Ed Adamczyk scored twice. Al DeSantis brought a kickoff back 95 yards. Ocean City beat Pleasantville 20-7. And in 1958, Bill Shawcross threw a touchdown to Chet Loveland and ran for the other, and Ocean City beat Pleasantville 13-0. And no, it's not our Bill Shawcross, it's his uncle.
I was going to say.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
So second down here for Ocean City, and about 21 yards to go. Gunnels takes a snap. Heavy rush.
Wow.
Tries a screen pass, and it's batted down. And I think it was Wright who batted it down.
And intended for Moyer. Just got to get moving quicker, I think. That's what they're getting signal-wise from the coach on the sideline.
Number 12, Khalil Witherspoon, is listed at 6'5". So it's going to be tough to get a screen over him. Big number 12 there playing.
Yeah, that's the guy that added 3 inches and 42 pounds.
It looks like it.
Yeah, he's only a junior. Pleasantville has a lot of youth. Ocean City has, as we said, a lot of players returning on defense. But here it's 3rd and 21 on their own 41. Raiders trailing 6-0. Gunnels. And a whistle. Lots of whistles. Ocean City uses a timeout. So the Raiders trail here by a score of 6-0 with just 4 seconds gone in the second quarter. Things are always happening at the Ocean City Free Public Library. You can learn to play bridge at the library or improve your cooking and computer skills. It's all free, plus books, magazines, internet access, trivia contests, Dungeons and Dragons, and much more. The Ocean City Free Public Library, 18th and Simpson. Visit them online at oceancitylibrary.org. And the Ocean City Free Public Library wishes you a happy Thanksgiving and likes to salute these Thanksgiving heroes. In 1962, Wilbur Robinson scored twice and Bob Williams once for Pleasantville. Dan Money returned to kickoff 74 yards for the Raiders score, but Pleasantville won it 19-6. And in 1964, John Essel threw 2 touchdowns and ran 90 yards to score with an interception. And Pleasantville won over Ocean City 31-7.
Wow.
Now I'm finally starting to hear some names that are familiar.
Play action. Moyer, and he couldn't find enough room to get going. Picks up about 3 or 4 yards, and it'll be a punting situation for Ocean City.
It was a nice developing play, and then all of a sudden, you know, the defense just recovered from the pass rush and came back to make the stop.
Yeah, Pleasantville's defensive line is really controlling the game. They're putting Ocean City in some tough situations offensively.
Moyer to punt. The average is 34.2 yards per punt coming in. His longest was 50 yards at Vineland.
Think they're setting up a return?
Yeah, well, this one's into the wind, and it's a decent wind. It's not like howling, but it's a decent little breeze down there.
Xander Bogan brought one back. Xander Roberts Bogan. Here's an end-over-end kick, and it bounces pretty much straight up and then gets a little roll. Was touched by Pleasantville, but they fell on it, and they'll have it at about their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, definitely a difference in kicking with the wind in this football game. A lot of times you get a crosswinded, but this one is dead downwind from east to west. Raiders have played pretty good defense, although Pleasantville hasn't had the ball on offense all that much in the first quarter. But as you said, they lead on 6-0 on that kickoff or punt return.
If you remember this field, there were some problems when they built this field. And I think, as I recall, the goalposts were on the track or something. The measurements were all off, and they couldn't play the first year. They were supposed to use it, and ended up having to kind of redo the layout. But it's a nice facility here now.
Yeah, I think. Wait till after this play.
Oh, nobody there, but he makes something out of it. Good run out across the 40 by Marlon Leslie. Either that was a great fake or he turned to hand that off and the back went the other way.
Yeah, I think the back wasn't really looking to take the ball. It's kind of funny, but you know, he picks up first down yardage, and again, that's the kind of stuff that Marlon Leslie can do. Improvise and gain yardage, a la somebody else who wears number 1, only it's in a green and white uniform.
Yeah, I think John Moyer is going to be one of the great players in the league next year. He's an all-star this year, but I think bigger things next year. He can do pretty much everything. Leslie awaits the snap. This time he hands it off, and out to about the 45-yard line is Mitchell.
Yeah, Tom, I was coaching track at the time, and I think I don't know if it was the track was short or the field. I can't remember. But it wasn't regulation.
Yeah.
And there wasn't enough room in the end zone after when they put the goalposts in or something like that too, I think.
2nd and 5. Pleasantville at its own 46. Leslie gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell's grabbed, picks up a yard or two after the initial hit. Initial hit made by Joe Berardis.
By the way, Tom, I was referring to that number 1 for the Eagles when I was talking about how Marlon Leslie can improvise and gain some yardage. But I'll tell you, he's a special player.
Third and about 4.
Can be heard every day, corrected every Sunday.
Receiver to the left.
88.7, 100.3. We have gospel.
Kind of a double wing on the right.
One more time, this alumni spotlight is Dr. Robin Moore, longtime puzzle educator.
There goes Leslie. Cuts it back. He's going to be short of the first down. Gets it to midfield, about a yard and a half short of the first down. We'll see what Malachi Timberlake decides. A young man who coached at Cedar Creek. Leslie's helmet came off. That might make the decision for him.
Exactly.
I think he's going for it.
Well, he'll have to have a different quarterback.
Keep in mind, they do have 3 guys that have played quarterback this year successfully. No, I haven't seen Samir Miller.
No, I think they're changing their mind here.
I haven't seen Samir Miller on the sidelines or anywhere.
Now, if they take a timeout, can the helmet player enter the game, or it has to be one play?
No, I don't think. I think you have to be out for a play. But they do take a timeout, so they're going to talk this over. 8:16 left in the first half. Pleasantville leads it 6-0. Old World Tuscany meets Main Street USA at Anata Wine Bar, right in the center. Enjoy lunch, dinner, and live music. Anata Wine Bar, perfect for private parties. But make your reservations now. They're going fast. The Anata Wine Bar, 216 Bellevue Avenue in the heart of Hamilton. 609-704-96. Archie Robinson scored 3 times for the Greyhounds, who clinched their first Cape Atlantic League championship. John Henry scored twice for the Raiders, including a 91-yard kickoff return. Pleasantville won in 66, 31-14. Well, the Greyhounds go for it. Quarterback's under center. And I don't think he got there.
No.
It was Maud Jones at quarterback.
They lined up in the power I. They had a lineman in, I think, at fullback, or the power back. And Ocean City stepped up.
They did indeed. Ocean City will have the ball just their side of the 50. They're actually on the 49, on the Ocean City 49-yard line. Raiders trail 6-0.
Got to get something going offensively here.
Receiver left, slot to the right.
Notice how far back the linebackers are, 6-7 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yep. They have confidence in their D-line.
But a hole there, and Gunther slides through for 5 to the 46-yard line of Pleasantville.
Gunther on the carry.
Yeah, so you're giving up that 5 yards, I guess. If you can get past that defensive line, by the time the linebackers are reacting, you're going to gain that 5 yards.
Yeah, I think Pleasantville is saying, go ahead, run the ball. Obviously, they're concerned about the passing game.
2nd and 5. Gunther drives close to the first down. Looks to be about a yard short. We'll see where the officials spot the ball. Pleasantville player ran out of his shoe.
I think this is 4-down territory for the Raiders as well. Trailing in the game 6-0, 7 minutes left in the half.
Well, right now it's 3rd and 2. The ball at the 43-yard line.
They brought a backer stun on that play, and as Bud was saying, he got a running start from about 8 yards.
Now they're up tight.
Gunnels keeps it. Swings it out to Moyer. He's got the first down and more down the sidelines and driven out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, that was a well-performed play or well-run play, whatever you want to call it. But Gunnels did a great job. Looked like he was going to leave the ball in there a long time, and at the last minute took it out and made a perfect throw and a nice catch and a good gain and a first down.
Puts him over 1,500 yards for the season, and only a couple people have done that twice. Last year, Riley had 1,395 yards, and now he's over 1,500. Excuse me, that's his first time. First time over 1,500 yards, and it moves him ahead of Al Gens his senior year, number 6 all time at Ocean. Until 7 p.m. at 6th Street in the Boardwalk right at Gillian's Wonderland Pier. They have free delivery and daily specials. Phone them at 609-525-0022 and check them out on Facebook. 6th Street Pizza and Grill. And the people at 6th Street Pizza will wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and they want to salute Thanksgiving hero Bob Glaspie, who scored both Ocean City touchdowns. Raiders clinched the Cape Atlantic Championship with a 13-7 win over Pleasantville in 1967. And Bud Rink was there.
I was.
Shutt is in motion. They give it to Moyer. He cuts it back nicely. Sheds the tackler. He's inside the 15 and down close to the 10.
Another good run. Now they're starting to, that last third down play, I think, really, I don't know if rejuvenated is the right word here, the offense a little bit, or juvenated, because I don't know if it needed to be rejuvenated. But they're getting some momentum here those last few plays.
They're on the Pleasantville 13-yard line, 1st and 10. And it's a reverse, an inside reverse, and Moyer gets to about the 5-yard line. They gave it to Gunther, and he gave it to Moyer, running inside of him for a good gain.
Yeah, I love that play, especially when it works.
I think the Raiders coaches will take any good plays.
2nd and about 2. Ocean City on the 4-yard line. Wide slot to the right. Gunnels.
Oh, boy.
Gunther. And he's pushed back. He might have penetrated close to the first down. We'll see where they spot the forward progress.
Yeah, tough decision there because they were well defensed both to the running back, and if Gunnels had kept the ball, he really had nowhere to go.
Looks like it's less than a foot here. 3rd down.
I don't know, across the way, it looks like it's on the 3. They got the sticks on the 3-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Gunnels gives it to Gunther. Gunther drives to the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown.
Well, going back to that well-executed play that Bud was commenting on, that seems to rejuvenate the Raiders' offense.
That's why I said I don't know if that's the right word or not, because you got to be juvenated in the beginning to be rejuvenated.
Ryder Hay up to kick the extra point.
We'll see if Pleasantville changes up their defense.
Ryder Hay is 5 for 6 on the season. No, it's no good. Kicking into the wind, so both teams fail to kick the extra point, and it's 6-6 with 5:02 remaining in the first half. The RJH Insurance Group has specialized in home and flood insurance since 2006 and proudly supports Raider sports. Call Rich Hogue for a quote, 609-630-4569, the RJH Insurance Group. And Johnson's Popcorn is known all over the Delaware Valley, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. They're open all year at 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 or go online at johnsonspopcorn.com to place your order. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. And RJH Insurance and Johnson's Popcorn salute the more Thanksgiving heroes. In 1968, Ted Bryant caught 6 passes for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pleasantville beat Ocean City 20-6.
Boy, the key to that drive was get the ball to Moyer. He had 3 big plays, the reverse, that little pass on 3rd and short. He's one of Ocean City's better athletes on the field.
He can do everything. Yeah. As the line used to be, probably could drive the bus if they needed him to. Here's the kick by Hay. It comes down at about the 20-yard line.
Wow.
Room up the middle, and he breaks into the open, but he's a 5'8", 165-pound junior, makes the tackle.
May have saved the touchdown.
Yeah, good thing he did turn on that speed.
Right at midfield. Pleasantville with great field position.
I think you almost want to kick the ball out of bounds. Give it to him at the 35. Or kick that high, short one. And get down and cover it. Because I'll tell you what, every time they touch the ball on a return.
Trips to the left, receiver to the right. Leslie, his helmet back on, ready to go. Play action, swings it out, it's intercepted. And a clear line to the end zone for Tristan Schmidt, a freshman who was just brought up to the team for this game. He's in for the touchdown down the right side.
And they are all over him. And he anticipated that pass perfectly. And I don't think Leslie even saw him coming.
Yeah, well, Tom, I said earlier that when I played, it was a tradition to bring all freshmen up to practice for that week. I think now they have select freshmen for different reasons, and that young man certainly earned it, and he showed it.
5'9", 172-pound freshman. He returned a kick and ran 1 or 2 times from scrimmage, I think, against Vineland. That was the first game he came up. The other freshman is Ryan Hendricks, who also played against Vineland. So, a big play and a memorable Thanksgiving for Tristan Schmidt and his family. Ocean City will go for 2. Gunnels in trouble, throws over the middle. Oh! Did he hold on? Yes. Pat Lonergan was hit hard, but he held on to the ball, and Ocean City gets the 2-point conversion and leads it here 14-6.
Is Pat Lonergan a tough kid or what?
He took a heck of a hit there from Shepperson.
Wow.
Shepperson, but held on.
14-6, 4:45 left first half. Ocean City takes the lead. Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at Shoppy.com. Remember, you're not presenting the best trophy if it's not a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684. Shoppy's since 1921, starting a new century. In 1970, Dave Bruce scored 4 times for Ocean City, which I think is still a record for this game. The most in a game by one player in the series at the time, and Ocean City beat the Greyhounds 27-8. 3 years later, in 1973, Dino Hall threw both Pleasantville touchdowns. The Greyhounds and Raiders finished tied for the Cape Atlantic Championship after Pleasantville won on Thanksgiving 14-7. Probably one of the more remarkable players to play in the series, Dino Hall.
Yeah, I hope Pat Lonergan gets back out on the field. They're looking at him. Senior, had a celebrated career here at Ocean City. I just hope it doesn't end this way, although he did hold on to that ball.
Yeah.
And walked off under his own power.
Yes, sir.
25 receptions this year, not 476 yards, and 1 touchdown. Averages 19 yards per catch. And plays some good defense, too.
Boy, Tom, you beat me to the punch. I was just going to say that.
Hay kicks it off, keeps it in bounds, and gets it down to the 5. And here comes another nice return. There's a flag on the play. It's probably going to bring it back, but another great return by Xander Roberts-Bogan, who's already brought a punt back for a touchdown.
2 flags down, Tom, in separate spots.
Yeah, we got a block in the back late in the play.
15-yard line. So Pleasantville up to 50 yards now in penalties. Ball's going to actually be on the 10-yard line.
Yep. Either you got to kick it high and short and get people down there in coverage, or kick it out of bounds, because that was a good kick, pinned him against the far sideline, and still unable to contain.
So the Greyhounds operate from their own 10, trailing now 14-6. Leslie hands it off. And shooting up the middle for the first down. Really, really quick. Qasim Asadullah. And he gets the first down across the 20 at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, they may have moved, at least in that play. It looked like Pickenich was actually a safety, and maybe they switched it around because Lonergan's not in. Not real sure, but he made a game or touchdown saving tackle there. Number 4.
Yep, they get that too deep coverage.
He missed the Vineland game and got shaken up in the game with Shawnee. Leslie gets the snap, hands it off, big hole, but filling that hole very quickly. Ocean City makes the stop. That was Ryan Callahan, who's right behind Nick Layton in tackles on the season. He's a junior.
Good thing, too, because another big hole opened up there by the offensive line.
2nd and 6. The ball is at the 36-yard line.
You got to think Leslie's either going to keep the ball here or throw it.
Got the slot to the left, receiver to the right, and the flag.
Somebody move, or?
I didn't see anybody move.
No.
Well,
Ocean City, no, offside Pleasantville.
must have lined up offsides.
Had to. It's very rare you see the offensive team offsides.
And I'm almost positive it was an interior lineman, because the flankers and wideouts always check.
Yeah.
With the lines judge.
So it's 2nd and 11, back at the 21-yard line. Trips to the left, receiver to the right. Leslie with a back to his left. Hands it off, and there's room. Down the left sideline, out across the 30 to 35-yard line is Qasim Asadullah. 5'7", 161-pound senior.
Runs for 14 yards.
So Pleasantville doesn't care how many yards they have to go. They'll just find a way to get there.
A nice play by Leslie on the run pass option.
First and 10, Greyhounds at their own 38-yard line. Trips to the left, trips to the right, receiver to the left. Leslie keeps, and he is wrapped up and brought down very quickly by Ryan Callahan.
There's that name again.
Yeah. 2 really good defensive plays by Callahan in this series. And that clock's not stopping. 2:28.
Callahan has 65 tackles on the season, 3.5 for losses. That might be another one. And was involved in a sack as well. He's a 5'11", 205-pound junior.
They do have some good players coming back next year, Tom, as you mentioned.
Yep, there's a few holes to fill, but some of them have been filled this year because of injuries. So some people are getting experience. And trying to make a cut, but unable to do so because of Ocean City's defense is Mitchell. He's brought down at about the line of scrimmage.
This is good. Lonergan's coming back into the game. Happy to see that.
Yep. That's probably, they're thinking it might be a passing situation. But with the quickness of the Greyhounds, it's not necessarily true.
He probably had to just get the cobwebs out, and they had to make sure that that's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
It is good to see him back in there. As you said, Matt, senior year.
And Kathy Moran's not going to compromise anything.
Trips to the right, back to throw. Leslie steps it up. He can't get it off, but he stays on his feet, and he's finally brought down.
Cleaned up by Nick Layton.
Indeed.
Callahan had him at the bottom, and as you said, Layton cleaned it up.
So it'll be 4th and 12 at about the 36-yard line with less than a minute to play. Timeout called by Ocean City because they want to get the ball back, assuming that Pleasantville is going to punt it. Dino's Seaville Diner has been serving Cape May County and the Jersey Shore with great homemade meals since 1977. They're open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dino's specializes in seafood straight from the docks of Cape May and has the area's largest kids menu. Check them out at dinosdiner.com, where you can browse their menus and specials and order online. You can also phone Dino's 609-624-3100 for takeout. Bring your own bottle to Dino's Seaville Diner, Route 50, just off Route 9, just minutes away from everywhere. And the people at Dino's Seaville Diner salute another Thanksgiving hero, Al Birch, who kicked the winning point, and the Raiders won the Cape Atlantic title with a 7-6 win over Pleasantville in 1975. Birch went on to become a head coach in South Jersey football. Punting situation. Pleasantville gets the ball to start the second half. Moyer in on the punter, but didn't get to the ball.
Oh boy.
Shutta couldn't handle that. It's up for grabs. And Pleasantville has it at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was hanging up there. He just misjudged it. I believe that was with the wind, Bud.
Yeah. I mean, you look at that flag. It's blowing pretty well now, and I think at the last minute that the ball just carried a little further than he thought it was going to.
Khalil Witherspoon recovered it.
Pleasantville's got life with 48 seconds to go here.
Yeah, he had to catch that ball with a 6'5", 220 kid barreling down on him.
Right. Trips to the left, receiver to the right. Leslie with a back to his right. Conscious of the clock, I think they only have one timeout left. Or maybe they have two. Ocean City has one. Leslie back to throw. Passes left side. Ooh. And Nasim Lee couldn't handle it.
Yeah, Tom, I mentioned a little while ago Kathy Moran. She's obviously the team trainer, took over for the legendary Drew Breckenridge. Does an outstanding job.
I think she's on maternity leave.
Well, she's still good.
yeah, but I don't know if she's here.
She's going to add good mother to that if she's not already.
Yeah, she does a terrific job. Mainland regional graduate. Trips to the left, receiver to the right. Leslie waits the snap. Under pressure. And he's hit by Layton and a couple of teammates, and down he goes for a loss of about 5 yards.
Dino Christensen got in there. 6'4" junior.
And Pleasantville uses a timeout. I think they've got one left. Ocean City also, I think, has one left. 32 seconds left here in the first half. Ocean City on top 14-6. Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at Shoppy.com. Remember, you're not presenting the best trophy if it's not a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684. Shoppy's since 1921, ironically, the same as this football series, starting a new century. And people at Shoppy's wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and another Thanksgiving hero, Mickey Gerald, who scored twice for the Greyhounds when they clinched the Cape Atlantic League Championship in 1976 with a 22-0 win over Ocean City.
That's a famous Pleasantville name. Faye Gerald, maybe related?
Quite possibly. Certainly an outstanding basketball player. Just inducted into the South Jersey Basketball Hall of Fame within the past 4 or 5 years. So it's 3rd and about 14 for Pleasantville. We think they have 1 timeout left. Back to throw, and it's incomplete. It was a bullet, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that was the freshman quarterback, Jones, number 9.
Uh-huh. Well, Jones has thrown for, let's see, he has 7 touchdown passes this year. So as we said, they've used 3 different quarterbacks, and the one that took over, who played last year, Samir Miller, I haven't seen. He's probably here somewhere, I hope, but I don't see his number. Anyway, it's 4th and 14. Pleasantville's going to go for it with 28 seconds left. They're inside the Ocean City 30. Looks like that's Leslie back there at quarterback now. A lot of movement.
Yeah.
He throws long down the right side. It's a touchdown, but everybody stopped with the whistle.
Yeah, that I think the end would-be receiver there was just trying to get a little head start.
60 yards now in penalties against Pleasantville. That exact number, by the way, that favors Ocean City. Coming into this game, Ocean City had been penalized 338 yards in 10 games. Their opponents 766 yards. It's now over 800 yards. And the key, of course, is to take advantage of that.
Yep.
And no doubt about it, Ocean City's a well-drilled, well-coached team. And I think that stat shows it.
Leslie with Mitchell to his left. That's trips to the left, the receiver to the right. 4th and 19. Back to throw. Throws long down the right side. Too long. Incomplete. And Ocean City will take over on about its own 34-yard line with 23 seconds left.
So do you take a knee here into the wind, or you try to maybe just run the ball and hope nothing negative happens?
I don't know about a knee, but they might take a knee, but I don't know if it's going to leave Gunnell's hands.
Raiders checking the sidelines.
See if he's under center. Yeah.
Gunnels does come up under center. So they're going to take a knee and end a half.
And he dodged a bullet.
Yep. It's the thing. You got to capitalize on the other team's mistakes, and Ocean City has done that here in the second quarter of this football game, and the Greyhounds unable to capitalize on a mistake of Ocean City's there.
Couple of exciting plays, though. Xander brought the punt back 73 yards. Xander Roberts Bogan for the first touchdown of the game, and then freshman Tristan Schmidt, a 50-yard interception return for a touchdown for Ocean City. They also got a 3-yard touchdown run by Duke Gunther. So Ocean City leads it here at halftime 14-6. And we want to tell you about the people that make all this possible, because without them we wouldn't be able to bring you this game, and that includes the people at Halliday Leonard. If you're planning to build a home, make your first visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. Get your ideas together. Take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. And the people at Halliday Leonard remember a special game back in 1982 when Ocean City defeated Pleasantville by a score of 44-0. And it was a special score, Matt, for what reason?
Yeah, I believe that was Bobby Miller's number, and that was his senior class. Very sentimental and, big part of the community. That was a special year.
It was part of an 8-year winning streak, too, that Matt contributed to. So Ocean City won every game from 1979 to 1986. So the Raiders lead it here 14-6 at halftime, an extended halftime. The band, the Pleasantville band, is coming out onto the field. They had their senior ceremonies before the game, and we will be back with the second half of this game. We'll take time out for this message from the Aquatic Center, and then stay tuned for the second half.
Percussion instruction by Mr. Brian Basner and color guard instruction by Ms. Robin Soden.
The Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is the perfect place for you and your family to stay healthy and fit. From our 25-meter indoor swimming pool to our well-equipped cardio room, we've got you covered. Whether you're looking to lift weights or to get moving in one of our many Group X classes, the Aquatic and Fitness Center has it all. With everything from yoga to cycling, you're sure to find a workout that's fit for you. Come by and find out for yourself why the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has something for everyone in America's greatest family resort.
Ready to go with the second half of this game. The 100th meeting between Ocean City and Pleasantville. Started in 1921 on Thanksgiving, the first Thanksgiving Day rivalry in this area, though Vineland and Millville played back into the 1800s. You know, the NJSIA was formed in 1918, and I don't really think anything before that should count, because who knows who played in those games.
Exactly.
Some guys home from on leave or home from college and walking down the street, and a bunch of guys in the car say, hey, come on, we're going over to Vineland to play.
And his brother keeping the stats, and that 10-yard gain on first down was 30 yards. And every Thanksgiving around the family dinner table it got 5 more yards.
Yeah, Vineland, by the way, Holy Spirit leads Atlantic City 14-12 in the second quarter. It's the latest score we have. We don't have a score from Vineland Millville, and they decided to take the Bud Rink idea and kick it out of bounds. So Pleasantville will start at its own 35-yard line.
Now, do they get an option to make them kick it again?
Yeah.
Well, if I was Pleasantville, I'd make them kick it again.
Well, we'll see what
this will be their worst.
Coach Timberlake says.
This will be their worst fielding position off a kick.
And it looks like they are going to kick it again.
Sure, yep.
From 5 yards further back.
A little bit of gamesmanship here.
Oh,
no, they aren't.
They aren't? Okay. Kick team came on to the field, then came off again. Then they are going to take the ball at the 35.
I think it maybe caught the Greyhound coaching staff off guard a little bit and had to make a decision what to do, and they weren't quite sure what would be better.
Well, regardless of where it goes out, is it lined up at the 35, Tom?
Yes.
Well,
well, no, you can. If it goes out at the 40, you get it at the 40.
Okay.
Leslie gets the snap, gives to Mitchell. Mitchell pulls out of a tackle and gains a couple of yards out to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, good strong run. Ocean City ended up, I think it was Lonergan ended up with the football, but forward progress stopped in the ground, ball on the ground.
2nd and 8 for the Greyhounds, trailing here 14-6. Xander Roberts-Bogan made that the 73-yard punt return. And that's the only Pleasantville score right now. Only one offensive touchdown in this game. Ocean City has a defensive touchdown. Leslie back to throw. Throwing down the left side. He's out there. He's got it. And he's brought down by Moyer at about the 11-yard line. That's Xander Roberts-Bogan making big play after big play for Pleasantville and puts him down on the 11-yard line.
And that was just a fly. And, you know, as we said earlier, the Ocean City coaches must be beside themselves. The safety let him get behind them, and he just ran straight down the field.
Yeah.
Nicely thrown ball. There's always been some question about Marlon Leslie throwing the ball. He didn't do it too effectively at Mainland, and he's throwing it pretty well today.
Mm-hmm.
And straight up the middle.
Still going.
Driving the pile. Down to about the 8-yard line. Gain of maybe 3 on the play.
He had a lot of air under that football, and again, it's a lot of time. Perfectly thrown, but a lot of time for the defense to react.
That was Qasim Asadullah on the carry, and he gets the ball to the 8. Understand Holy Spirit has expanded its lead to 35-12 over Atlantic City. And still no score from Vineland Millville. I imagine among those 35 are some completions from Burns to Roman, who have both set Cape Atlantic League records, one for completions and the other for receptions.
Look at this. Power out. They got 2 linemen in the backfield.
And one of them got the ball, I believe. Wasn't that
number 0?
Lamont Holloway?
over 500 pounds of blocking in front of him.
Somebody's slow getting up.
Well,
It's Samaj Williams, 5'9", 188-pound senior that's coming off with his helmet off. Trainer came off with him, but he kind of half jogged off. So it's 3rd and 3.
you think you'll see the same play.
3rd and 3 on the 4.
Yeah, big number 53 is changing the backfield.
Yep. And driving off the left side to the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Wright, we talked about defensively, scores for Pleasantville. And now they can tie it with a 2-point conversion.
5'10", 245-pound running back there, Tom.
Yeah, there was a story about him in the newspaper. That's where I got in the Courier Post, I think it was, about his bench press and his squat. He has a 4.6 grade point average, too.
Tom, I'm just getting a score from the Millville-Vineland game. It looks like Vineland leads 16-14 late in the second.
Wow. All right, Pleasantville try to tie it up here with 8:56 left in the third quarter. And this has worked out for them, so they're going to keep Lamont Holloway, the 5'10", 272-pound senior, in there as a blocking back.
They gave him the ball.
Yep, and he's pushing.
And they're all pushing one way and the other way.
And I think he pushed him right into the goal, the end zone.
Well, Ocean City's used that to their advantage and had it used against them. And I've said it every single time. I don't care which side you're rooting for. I just don't like to see
assisting
22 guys in a rugby scrum, because usually the offensive team has enough momentum pushing from behind, and it's tougher for you to push back against them. I just think, the momentum stops. That's where the play ends.
Yeah, assisting the running back, that's fairly new to the game. You see it in the pros all the time now also.
I think they did stop when the forward progress. They usually do. That's the problem. The forward progress doesn't stop.
Right.
Right. And that, you're right, Bud. It is a rugby scrum.
Yeah.
In fact, if the end zone wasn't there, they'd still be pushing.
You're probably right.
Well, they had the right guy with the ball to do something like that. There's no doubt about that.
Or else, you got the biggest guys behind them. That's sometimes you give the ball to the up back. It used to be the up backs were blocking for the guy carrying the ball. Now the guy carrying the ball's first, and the guys behind him are pushing them.
McGuire to kick off.
See how Ocean City responds. Pleasantville went right down the field.
High kick, caught over the shoulder by Schmidt at the 8-yard line. He brings it out across the 15, close to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the freshman pulled a Willie Mays there, huh?
Yeah.
Schmidt on the return, brought down by Williams.
Well, the little bit he's played has certainly shown promise, both offensively and defensively. Ocean City will be on their own 19-yard line.
That's a pretty good kick. And again, I think the wind caught him off guard a little bit. They're used to being back there a certain distance.
Boy, Pleasantville really has responded.
Gunther cuts it back and gets out across the 25, close to a first down.
Yeah, you could see there when Pleasantville almost jumped, and then they saw the shift, and a couple of Pleasantville players thought that was going to be a legal procedure, and one Pleasantville defender was trying to get guys realigned on defensive line real quick to make up for the shift, and they're unable to do it. 9-yard gain is the result.
Boy, and on that shift, if the Raiders were set for a second, it was a quick second.
Yep.
It was close.
2nd and 1. Gunnels to Gunther. And he's got the first down to the 30.
Yep, didn't need much. Good thing.
Gunther on the carry. Picks up the lead yard for a
Actually, the 31-yard line. 1st and 10. Ocean City's 7th first down. Pleasantville also has 7.
I would think if Pleasantville scores again, they'll go for 2 with that same play. I mean, it's just kind of like, hey, here it comes, stop us.
Gunther will be to the right of Gunnels. Receiver left and right. Gunnels passes along some information to his line. Gunther gets it. And Gunther runs out of a tackle, brings it across the 35 to the 37-yard line where he's stopped by Khalil Witherspoon.
I tell you, I'm just so impressed with how he finds the hole. When he gets to the line of scrimmage, if it's not where the play's designed for, he finds it.
Yeah.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. And a slowed, almost a collision between Gunnels and Gunther. Gunther ends up getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's like a water bug back there. He's slippery. Finds a crease and goes. He's not a big running back, and sometimes that's an advantage.
5'8", 170 pounds. Also has earned a reputation for running down opposing players from behind when he's on defense. Gunnels, quick pass. Moyer couldn't handle it. It was a little far in front of him.
You know, Tom, I always felt like the greatest player I ever saw who would run to the line of scrimmage and kind of hesitate and then move laterally to get the open hole was Kevin Sinclair. And he was a big man. I mean, the way he did that was just impressive, so impressive to me. And that's kind of a little bit about how Gunther reminds me, although he's much smaller and easier to make that quick stop and start. But, I'm not saying he's Kevin Sinclair, but
Kevin Sinclair could be at full speed with his second step.
Right.
That was how he was able to do that. Here's Moyer to punt, no rush. And Pleasantville, well, they decide not to let it roll. Xander Roberts-Bogan said hello to pretty much everybody on the special teams there. They stopped him at the 27-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, well, Pleasantville's return guys, they're not fair catching the ball. They're not stepping out of bounds with it if it's on the sideline. They want an opportunity to get the ball and get in some open space and make you miss. And I think that was the case there because that was a perfect example of get away from the ball so that nothing bad happens, and they're trying to make something out of it.
I do see Samir Miller now on the sidelines. He doesn't have a helmet on. He has his uniform on, and he has a football in his hand. We didn't know about any injury, but I assume he's injured.
Seems to be walking a little funny.
Motion. And up the middle. Good gain and still battling. Out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line.
Well, I don't know what the speech was at halftime at in the Pleasantville locker room, but it must have been a good one.
Yeah, they're anxious to get in there and push people around, which they have the physical talent to do that. You mentioned the offensive line in the first half.
Yep.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 39. Leslie back, looking, throwing along down the left side. Man's out there. Moyer knocks it loose. Roberts-Bogan racing down that left side. He's made some big plays today and got his hands on it, but Moyer broke it up.
Boy, that time Moyer stayed right with him. He didn't have help that time either from a deep safety, and I thought that Bogan was almost going to make a great over-the-shoulder catch and right in front of Moyer or behind Moyer, Roberts-Bogan.
That's why Moyer's all Division D back.
2nd and 10. Trips to the right, receiver to the left. There goes Leslie. And he'll go out of bounds. Just about the marker. We'll see if he stepped in front of it or not. Looks like they marking him short of it.
Yeah, kind of expected that. You know, I mean, he been waiting for that most of the game because he can run the football as well and run it well.
3rd and 1.
Now, why wouldn't you put your goal line offense in here on a 3rd and 1?
Come to the door.
I agree. They're simple plays.
I remember your uncle, Mike Slavesky. That was his attitude. Here, we're going to run power right, see if you can stop us. You know? And
They sure do. Yeah, passing the ball wasn't his fancy. Yeah.
Receivers left and right, the slot to the right. Leslie hands it off, shooting in for the 1st down. Ball came out.
That's a
Ocean City recovers.
You know, getting back to that point, Bud.
That was Justin McCormick, according to what we read, a 5'8", 222-pound sophomore.
You know, the game has involved both of these teams run the same offenses basically. You know, single back, trips, double slot. You know, when my uncle coached, he would say, you know, there's 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball. Two are bad. Yeah. So why do it?
Yep. He's from the Woody Hayes School of coaching.
Yeah, but the guy that actually said it was a coach at Texas.
Is that right?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Of course, if you've got a good quarterback and a good receiver,
the game's changed.
that one other option is pretty good.
Yeah.
Slot to the right. Gunnels back to throw. Throws long for Lonergan. Double covered. Can't come up with it. Got his hands on it, but so did a couple of defenders.
Yeah, that was just kind of throwing hope there. I mean, because definitely he was well covered. Yeah, the only chance he had to catch the ball was that he was taller than they were, and maybe he could have gone up. But he made a great effort. But that was dangerous.
Of course, they're throwing into the wind, too.
I'm sure they run that play to open up things for Moyer on the quick slants and whatnot. That's just to keep that safety back.
And there's Moyer, and Moyer's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Pushed back about another 10 yards, but it'll be spotted about the 41 or 42-yard line. Significant loss. It'll be 3rd down and about 16 or 17, maybe 18 yards to go.
Samaj Williams was right in Moyer's alley as soon as Moyer took the handoff. I don't think I've seen that play this year. I mean, I've missed a couple of games, a few games, but I don't think I've seen that play.
Yeah, I don't recall either.
Ball's at the 44, so it's 3rd and 15. Gunnels steps up. He scrambles. He's going to run for it. And he drops the shoulder and gets close.
Oh.
About a yard or 2 short.
Yeah.
And a flag.
Is that blocking the back by the Raiders?
I didn't see it.
From the the junior football all the way up to the NFL.
Yeah, it must have been over there on that far sideline just as he was getting out of bounds.
Yeah, the game evolved that the players were using the helmet as a weapon. And,
Ball's on the 26. A big play. That penalty. And a big run by Gunnels. And then Pleasantville comes offside. Tried to time the snap, missed it.
Yeah, I'll give the offensive line some credit that time because typically when that happens and they're that close and that quick, there's going to be some movement on that line, a little twitch here or there. But Really good discipline that time by the entire Ocean City front.
1st and 5. Ball's on the 21. Pleasantville makes a substitution on the line.
Yeah, their halfback is coming in, number 53. 5'10", 272.
Slot right. Gunnell's pass is off target. Trying to get it to Layton. It's incomplete. 2nd and 5.
Boy, a lot of pressure. I mean, he's under a lot of pressure. And that time, you know, they're just trying to make a short pass to negate that pressure a little bit, and he almost doesn't even have time to get that away. This Pleasantville defense has played well today.
Well, they're starting to bring some stunts. I guess that was their adjustment.
Receiver to each side. Here comes Moyer in motion. Gunther gets the ball and cuts it inside the 20 to about the 19, where it'll be 3rd and almost 3.
I wouldn't think pending the outcome of 3rd down play, I wouldn't think you'd see field goal attempt into this wind from this far back.
Yeah, especially they missed the extra point, correct?
Yeah, in this direction.
Hayes' longest is 27 yards. There's Gunther, and Gunther's got the first down to the 15-yard line. Seems to.
Yeah, they pulled him back. I think thought he had progress, but they pulled him back a little bit.
The big down here.
So it is going to be 4th and a yard, 4th and a little less than a yard, the way they've spotted the football.
Quarterback sneak here.
Gunnels comes up under center and drives off the right side inside the 15 for a first down.
You know,
I've only seen that play stopped once this year.
And I guess Riley's big enough; he doesn't need any assistance from Gunther, because Gunther certainly didn't get on his back.
They got a good push. They got up to the line of scrimmage real quickly, and quick snap. And as we said before, he's a big young man.
Receiver wide to the left, wing back on the right side. He's in motion. That's Moyer. Gunnels rolls that way, cuts it back, and he's going to be stopped. Ball came out.
Oh.
He got in. Pleasantville's recovered. Pleasantville has recovered a fumble on its own 12-yard line. Rashad Hill might have been the guy that recovered it.
I tell you, if Ocean City doesn't win this football game, they're going to think about, some mistakes they've made in key situations.
And the opportunity that Pleasantville afforded them. With the second play, they missed the fumble. And
on the 15-yard line, Pleasantville in a 14-14 game with a little over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Leslie hands it off. Bouncing it outside is Mitchell. And he's brought down by Shutter. But he picks up 5. 2nd and 5.
And the other thing, Pleasantville really hasn't taken advantage of the opportunities that Ocean City has afforded them.
Yeah. Hence 14-14.
Second and 5. Leslie has 3 receivers to the right. He's got the wind at his back, and he's looking to throw. Now he's going to scramble, and he's got the first down. He cuts away from one guy, and he's stopped by Shutter at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I can't remember except for maybe runs into the line, where the first guy who makes contact on defense makes the tackle. They're They're just tough. They're tough to bring down.
He's 6'2", 212.
And quick.
Yeah.
At the half, it's Vineland 16, Millville 14.
Yeah, I'm sure Millville's playing some JV kids, getting some younger kids in there.
Brooks scored one of their touchdowns, so they haven't completely taken their place out.
Yeah. Not only that, that's a game they really want to win, that Thanksgiving rivalry.
Double slot formation. 1st and 10. And they send somebody in motion. Throwing long down the left side. And double teamed. Flag on the play.
Tough flag.
Yeah, if the Ocean City defender turned his head, it wouldn't have been a penalty. He never turned his head for the ball.
Xander Roberts Bogan drew double coverage there.
Yeah, had the safety come over to help out. And he kind of got there and ran across in front of him.
Yeah.
And that's, and then Roberts ran into him, and that's where the penalty comes from.
10th first down for Pleasantville. Unofficially 20 yards in penalties against Ocean City, 80 against Pleasantville. Slot left, double slot formation, in fact. Leslie hands it off. And he stopped at the 49-yard line. That's Mitchell.
Handoff to Mitchell, picks up one, going to make it a 2nd and 9 at the.
I tell you, of all their pass plays, I think 90% of them have been that one same pass play down the left sideline.
Yeah, Leslie's getting some air under the ball, and they're running a fly pattern right underneath it. It's just speed.
1 yard on the play. It's 2nd and 9. Trips to the right, receiver to the left. In the final 40 seconds of the third quarter with the wind, Pleasant. We'll see if they take advantage. They are going to. Leslie fires to the right side. Man's wide open. Can he get the first down? Yep. He slides across or inside the 40 to about the 38 to get the first down.
Yeah, Picanich makes a stop over there, but not before a first down yardage over there. Good coverage.
Ball's on the 39-yard line.
You got to hurry if they want to score before the end of the quarter and with the wind at their back.
Leslie gets the snap, hands it off, and Mitchell's brought down for a loss.
Dino
Christensen on the stop, back at the 45-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 16, and that's the end of the third quarter here in Pleasantville, with the Raiders and the Greyhounds tied at 14. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open weekdays until 7, Saturdays until 6, Sundays until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. In 1990, Doug Coleman scored 3 touchdowns. Ocean City defeated Pleasantville 40-14. And 6 years later, Kevin Sinclair became South Jersey's all-time career rushing leader, gaining 197 yards and scoring 3 times in an Ocean City win over Pleasantville, 49-19. That might have been Sinclair's only game against Pleasantville, because if you remember back then, Ocean City was playing Middle Township, because Pleasantville had taken its program into JV level. But he made good use of it.
Yeah, I had forgotten that. I'll tell you, Tom, you've done some massive research here.
That's all off the top of my head here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's Google and there's Williams.
2nd and 16, call it, at the 45-yard line. Leslie with a back to his right. It's 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And there's motion. Leslie back to throw, puts it up in the air. Man's out there. And ball came loose. Now, they give him a touchdown. He held on to it long enough. And Pleasantville takes the lead, 20-14.
I tell you, Leslie has really put the ball right on the money. I give him that. And you mentioned earlier, Tom, he hasn't been known as being a great passer when he was over at Mainland, but I'll tell you what, he throws that long ball with accuracy. I don't know that you had to have a football play after the catch there like they talk about in the NFL or not, but, I mean, he was certainly in the end zone with the football before the ball came loose.
Khalil Witherspoon, as we said, he gained 3 inches in height. Probably needed him to make that catch. Anyway, the extra point attempt coming from McGuire. It's 20-14, and the kick is high enough and good. So it's 21-14.
You got to give the Greyhounds credit. I mean, they've made some. That was a great throw there and catch, and they got down the field because of a pass interference on a great throw.
Yeah, that deep ball to fly patterns are giving Ocean City fits. They're even helping with the safety, but he's just outrunning coverage, Leslie's outthrowing coverage.
If you or somebody you know wants to continue playing sports in college, Bill Shallcross at Crossover Productions can help. Bill can assist you in putting your best foot forward with a professionally produced highlight video at an affordable price. All sports are welcome, no job too big or too small. Bill's has more than 30 years of experience recording sports events and creating edited videos. Call Bill at 609-513-8950 to talk about putting together a video presentation that will get colleges interested. Crossover Productions, producing quality video since 1991. In 2002, Dominique Burros scored 1 touchdown and passed for 2 more for the Greyhounds. Ocean City fumbled the ball at the Pleasantville 1-yard line on the game's final play. Pleasantville won it 19-16 in 2002.
Do you remember all these? I mean, since you started doing them?
I remember that. And it was a few years ago, somebody made a tackle on a 2-point attempt by Pleasantville to tie the game and stop the guy short. There's been some great plays. I remember the Dave Bruce game when he scored 4 touchdowns. Of course, for 20 years we didn't broadcast the game live because we had that studio show that covered all the games. So we didn't see. You did, but I was in the studio.
I don't remember last year.
There's the kick. It's short and high.
That's a free ball.
It is, and Pleasantville's got it. Pleasantville's got it at the 20-yard line.
Well, you got to field the ball. That's a big, big mistake.
Khalil Shepperson, 5'11", 217-pound junior, covered the ball. Unlike a punt, a kickoff is a free ball.
Yeah. We call it a kickoff. It's really called a free kick.
That's a huge, huge Pleasantville break there.
1st and 10 at the Ocean City 20-yard line. Greyhounds lead it 21-14.
Those are the kind of kicks I thought Ocean City should have on their kickoffs. You never know what's going to happen.
Double slot formation. Mitchell to the left of Leslie. Now he moves to the right. Mitchell gets it and finds a room, finds a hole, slides through. He's inside the 5 and stopped at about the 2-yard line.
Well, you talk about momentum changing between the touchdown and then the kickoff and that run right there. Pleasantville knocking on the door for a 2-score lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Ball's on the 2.
Here we go.
1st and goal. No substitutions for the Greyhound.
The scrum package is not in.
No, but I think
Mitchell to the right of Leslie. Mitchell hits the center of the line. Not quite. Just short.
Ball came loose in there. He's throwing those little whatever they are down there on the ground. Uncover things down there and see who has the football.
2nd down.
Okay, our play is going to be a 2nd down. Going to be 2nd and goal from the Ocean City 2.
Yeah, this second half has been all Pleasantville. Ocean City really needs to stop here.
Witherspoon's coming in.
And again, Leslie's, he's a triple threat, so you got to think they're going to rely on that offensive line to push forward.
Double slot. Leslie hands it off and driving through a tackle. In for the touchdown is Qasim Asadullah.
Breaks the plane, gets a touchdown.
And Pleasantville takes a 27-14 lead.
Yeah, the Pleasantville offensive line is really starting to move the Raiders' defensive line. I think they're wearing on them. And Pleasantville did not need their heavy package in there. And they score from 3 or 4 yards out.
Aguirre to kick the extra point. Well, they're going to try to get 2, and they don't.
That was tackle eligible.
Yeah. Ball was tipped away by Joe Berardis, and now he's limping.
It was intended for number 50, Jalen Ford, 6'5", 284.
Well, and a design play because the snap was high and the kicker was running out to block as the snap was coming. So, I mean, it was a design play, but I'll be honest, if I got guys like that package they put in to get the last 2-point conversion, and I'm going for 2, I'm lining up with those guys.
Apparently the tackle wasn't eligible. They have an ineligible receiver downfield, but Ocean City declines the penalty.
He just wanted to have some fun out there on Thanksgiving Day.
Maybe trying to give all the seniors an opportunity to get a point next to their name. But still a yeoman's task for Ocean City. Plenty of time left here. 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes, but they're going to need 2 touchdowns.
And stops. You're right. Absolutely right, bud. And stops. Pleasantville has come out in this half, and they're dominating on both sides of the ball and special teams.
Yeah, and again, a couple Ocean City mistakes have contributed. The one pass interference call, the kickoff incident. So
here comes the kickoff. And little pop up again.
There you go.
Taking it to 30-yard line. Ocean City will have the ball on its own 30-yard line. Connor Clark making the catch.
Heads up play by Connor. Call for a free catch, a fair catch, and that's it.
Well, I think obviously there was some discussion on the sideline and said, hey, look, you guys got to remember. I don't think Connor was in there the last time for the last kickoff in that position anyway. So
Gunnell's back to throw. Steps up, finds his footing, and throws it kind of in between 2 receivers, but a little long.
I think he was expecting Moyer to break downfield. Really showed his arm strength on that throw.
Yeah, almost flat-footed through that ball 30 yards. And I think it's possible, too, the ball just sailed a little bit on him with the wind.
2nd and 10 from the 30. Ocean City leads this series by 10. Pleasantville trying to get and make it a little closer. Very possible, even if this is the last Thanksgiving game, that the schools will continue to play. Gunnels throws it away.
Smart play.
Yeah, they're bringing guys now.
3rd and 10, big play for Ocean City, trying to stay alive. 10-11 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Number 11, Shepperson, who's had a couple of times where he's gotten to the line of scrimmage and had to hold back. He didn't have to hold back that time. He timed it well and just kind of went around the outside. And Gunnels had no time at all. Nobody was able to block him.
Gunnels back to throw. Throws over the middle. It's caught. And going to be stopped at the 35-yard line. Nick Layton. So it's going to be 4th and 5.
I almost think you got to go for this.
I think they are.
4th and 5 at their own 35. But down by 13 points with less than 10 minutes to play. Ocean City will go for it here. Gunnels. Pass is caught by Gunther. He pulls out of a tackle.
Wow.
He dives, but he's going to be just short, I think.
What an effort.
I agree.
He got it.
Officials have signaled first down, I think.
They sure did.
Some of the Pleasantville players not happy with that call. Ocean City, by the way, 19% on 4th downs. 4 for 21 coming into this game. I think that's their first try on 4th down, so they get this one and stay alive. Slot left, receiver right, motion from Gunther. Pass is caught by Moyer, and he dives out close to midfield.
Another nice ball by Gunnels. I mean, Ocean City at this point 2 scores down. They're one-dimensional, and Pleasantville knows it. That was a well-executed play.
Gunnels, by the way, went over 3,000 yards for his career, joining Andrew Donahue and Al Gins. 1st and 10 at midfield. They gave him a first down there. Here's Gunther up the middle. Gunther's got another first down into the 38-yard line. And 37 make it.
Well, as you just said, they're one-dimensional, and then they used that to their advantage that time and ran the football and gained that 12 yards.
So it's 1st and 10. Pleasantville players slow getting up. Trainers out. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
Pleasantville's defensive coaches have some time here. They're talking it over. I would imagine they're going to start bringing some pressure like they have the whole half.
Samaj Williams is the injured player. He's limping off on his own.
Yeah, they're talking down there now. I think they're going to get after it a little bit more.
Ball's on the Pleasantville 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Ocean City.
Got to get moving. 8 minutes.
Receiver left, slot right. Gunnels, Gunther to his right. Gunther is inside the 35 to about the 33, about 5 yards on the carry.
Still got that prevent defense, if you will, semi-prevent defense, which is why, the Raiders trying to catch them off guard with the run there.
2nd and about 4. Receiver right, slot left. Gunnels gives it to Gunther again. And Gunther is close. Looks like he's got the first down.
I think he does, yeah.
Close to the 25-yard line.
carried across the right side.
I guess Pleasantville's just waiting for the field to shrink as they get closer to the goal line. But their backers are still 6-7 yards off the ball.
Well, and the clock is to their advantage as well.
So there's a timeout on the field with 7:16 remaining in the fourth quarter, and Pleasantville on top here, 27-14. The rides aren't open at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street and the Boardwalk in Ocean City, but this is a good time to get bargains for next summer. Their ticket sale is underway at Gillians.com. All Wonderland Pier tickets never expire. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th and the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online for savings at Gillians.com. In 2005, the only overtime game in this long series, the Greyhounds' James Green kicked the winning point after Anthony Young ran for a touchdown. Both quarterbacks, Ocean City's Jordan Tironi and Pleasantville's Naeem Lyons, scored one touchdown and threw for another. Pleasantville wins in 2005, 28-27. First and 10, Ocean City at the 27-yard line of Pleasantville. Gunnels checks the sideline. He's got a slot to the left and a receiver to the right. Drops back. He's going for Moyer, and Moyer
is a touchdown.
Is in for the touchdown. He caught it with his back to the goal line and fell into the end zone, and Ocean City has cut the lead to a single score.
I'll tell you, that was a great catch.
Yep.
I mean, you know, again, we said they set up the run with the pass, and yet in this case they've been running Gunther, and then, you know, just a perfectly thrown ball and a really, really good catch.
That series, Gunnels really had some impressive throws that whole series.
Hayes to kick the extra point. It's high enough. It's good. It's 27-21. Ocean City down by 6. Things are always happening at the Ocean City Free Public Library. You can learn to play bridge at the library or improve your cooking and computer skills. It's all free, plus books, magazines, internet access, trivia contest, Dungeons and Dragons, and much more. The Ocean City Free Public Library, 18th and Simpson. Visit them online at oceancitylibrary.org. And the people at the Ocean City Library hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Another Thanksgiving hero, Khalif Wilson, who scored 3 touchdowns in the first half, including a 60-yard punt return. Pleasantville opened up a 24-8 halftime lead. Adam Lauer then ran for a touchdown and passed for another. And A.J. Harris passed 2,000 yards rushing for his career, but Pleasantville held on in 2006 to win it 24-23.
Well, too early for an onside kick, but I'd still like to see him kick the ball short toward the sideline. See what happens. Make one of the up guys make a play.
Ocean City kicking with the win. Of course, you could also just kick it into the end zone.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Yeah.
At the high school level.
It's a line drive, rolls down to bobbled at the 20, and then out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage there.
Ryan Hendricks, the freshman, came down and put a lick on him.
He got some help there also from Ben Zapata. Who's a sophomore.
Yeah, some young kids.
Yep.
Spot the ball at the 35-yard line. Ocean City with timeouts left. 7:03 remaining. The Raiders are down by 6. So they could tie it with a score and win it with an extra point. Mitchell just came off the field and laid down in some discomfort in front of the bench, being tended to, and Pleasantville's going to use a timeout, possibly because of that circumstance.
It's their second timeout, correct?
It is.
Greyhounds use the timeout their second.
Old World Tuscany meets Main Street USA at Anata Wine Bar right in the center of downtown Hamilton. The custom-built wine bar says it all, providing each guest with a look, feel, and taste of Old World Italian tradition. Enjoy lunch, dinner, and live music. Anata Wine Bar is perfect for your holiday parties. They're at 216 Bellevue Avenue in the heart of Hamilton. Phone 609-704-9797 for reservations or to book your next event. And do it soon because it's filling up. That calendar is filling up. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. Leslie waits for the snap. He hands it off, and nothing there.
Good tackle there.
Berardis with a nice tackle.
Yep.
He stopped Azadula. Virtually no gain. It's second and almost 10.
They have Callahan playing a defensive end or an outside linebacker position, and he really did a nice job turning that play inside, allowing Berardis to clean it up.
They need a defensive stop here, as they had him early in the game. But you know that fly pattern's coming one of these times.
Second and 10. Leslie gets a snap. Sets, looks downfield. Now he's going to scramble.
That's a hold.
He's got the speed. He's got the first down. And he's inside Ocean City territory to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it's tough being an official, but they grabbed Dino Christensen's jersey. It was clear and evident, but I guess the official wasn't looking.
First down on the Ocean City 45-yard line.
He wanted to come down to the fly pattern on the right side, but the Raiders had it well double covered and then covered on the left side as well and took off, and shows you what he can do. I mean, you talk about run-pass option. He's run-pass option. Or run-pass-run option.
Clock stopped because Leslie went out of bounds. 6:01 remaining. Quick pass in the flat.
Ooh, nice hit.
And stop made for Ocean City by Layton as they got the ball to Lee in the flat. But he only gained about 2 yards. Second and 8.
Yeah, the corner delayed that enough for Layton to recover, and Layton came up and made a nice tackle.
Again, you got to make a stop, and you got to make it soon. 5:25, and the clock's running.
Double slot. Leslie back to his left.
Oh, there's a hold, too.
Leslie gets rid of it, and it looks to be caught at about the 35-yard line. And once again, Khalil Witherspoon makes a big play.
Yeah, Tom, and he jumped over the defender and reached around, and he needed all 6'5" to do it, and he did it.
First down, Pleasantville at the Ocean City 34-yard line.
Yep, give the Greyhounds credit. They're making plays when they need to. I don't usually pick up a hold right away, but, you know.
It's two.
That was fairly blatant.
First and 10. Clock down to 4.5 minutes. And up the middle inside the 30 is Azadula.
Yeah, that's all they got to do, really, at this point.
Ball's at the 29-yard line.
You run the ball and pick up 5 yards, and every 3 downs you got first down, or every 2 downs.
Second and 5. Double slot. Leslie has Azadula to his right. Gives him the ball. No, kept it. Leslie kept it. Avoids a tackle, avoids another, sprints down the sideline. He's going to go in for the touchdown. 29-yard run by Marlon Leslie may have sealed the deal for Pleasantville.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's a special player. He really is. I mean, a couple guys had a shot at him, and I mean a good shot at him, and neither one able to bring him down. And he stays inside that sideline, and with 3.5 minutes to go, I think you're right, Tom. That may have sealed it.
12-point lead. McGuire to try the extra point. Khalil Shepperson, the holder. Good snap, ball's up. It's high enough, and good.
Yeah, Leslie's he's a big dude down there, quarterback, and he's a heck of a quarterback, heck of a running back, heck of a tight end, linebacker, safety. What do you need?
34-21 with just a little over 3.5 minutes left in this Thanksgiving Day game. 6th Street Pizza and Grill is open daily from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. 6th Street in the Boardwalk right at Gillian's Wonderland Pier. Free delivery, daily specials. Phone them at 609-525-0022 and check them out on Facebook. 6th Street Pizza and Grill. And the RJH Insurance Group is specialized in home and flood insurance since 2006. Proudly supports Raider sports. Call Rich Hogue for a quote at 609-630-4569. The RJH Insurance Group. 2009, Chris Curran broke 10 school passing and kicking records, completing 20 of 33 passes for 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, and kicking 3 field goals. Both TD passes were to Pat Kimball, and Ocean City won in 2009, 30-12.
How many more of those you have? We only got 3.5 minutes left.
Tom's making a lot of
tell you.
happy ex-players on Thanksgiving Day.
That's a yeoman's amount of work.
McGuire to kick. Floats it down the right side. It bounces past Ocean City player who bobbles it. Finally falls on about the 7 or 8 yard line. John Moyer having trouble over there. And they're going to end up spotting it on about the 8 yard line.
Yeah, I just think they've had a lot of issues on special teams today. A lot of different kind of issues.
Yeah, the kickoffs have been an adventure, to say the least, both sides of the ball.
Well, wind at their back. Ocean City's going to put the ball up. Gunnels pump fakes. Going long right now, and it's too long.
He had Lonergan down there and about 3 steps on his defender, but not able to get to that one.
2nd and 10.
Haven't used the middle of the field as much today on the pass plays.
Yeah, and I think that's because of that, the 2 deep zone and the backers were
Right
8 yards off the ball, taking away the slant.
Yep.
Gunnels runs away from pressure. He's going to get the first down. Driven out of bounds outside the 20.
At a different time in the game, that'd be a great run. I mean, it is a great run, but it would be much more important at a different point in the game.
Could be 1st and 10 at the Ocean City 23-yard line.
1st and 10. Raiders at the 23.
Need 7 more of those.
Pump fake. Moyer bounces out of his hands. Pleasantville picks it off. And he's down to about the 10-yard line.
And that is going to seal it, I'm sure, Tom.
Alcino Blakely, 5'11", 190-pound freshman, makes that interception.
Yeah, it's a tall order. Pleasantville was rushing 3 guys. They were in a 2-point stance, dropping 8 back. There's a lot of hands in the air, and that's the result.
Now Pleasantville's going to be penalized for delay of game here. At least that was the signal. They haven't stepped anything off, have they? Yes, they did. Back to the 15. I think that had something to do with the
celebration.
Guy that intercepted the ball, took the ball to the sidelines or something. You know, I don't know. Anyway, Johnson's Popcorn is known all over the Delaware Valley, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. They're open all year at 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 or go online at johnsonspopcorn.com to place your order. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. In 2013, Shaquan Hargroves connected with Mike Foster for a touchdown with 20 seconds left in the game to win it. Hargroves threw for 119 yards. Ocean City's Frank Woolley ran for 157 yards, scored both touchdowns. Pleasantville won in 2013, 15-14. Pleasantville going to try to run out the clock. Ocean City has timeouts if they decide to use them. They're at the 15. And whistle stopped the play. Illegal procedure. That's Samir Miller in there.
I was just going to say they haven't used different quarterbacks today much.
Miller limps a little bit as out there on the field.
Well, a senior. And, a nice decision by the coaching staff to get him on the field here.
Yeah, he's thrown for 107 yards and 3 touchdowns this year. He's one of those 3 quarterbacks that totals 1,000 yards
now
between them.
Leslie and Miller. And no?
Leslie's a quarterback.
Yep. Hands the ball off. That's Samaj Williams, who came off the field after getting up slowly not too long ago. He gets inside the 20. Ocean City calls timeout. 2:56 left. 34-21, Pleasantville on top. Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at Shoppy.com. Remember, you're not presenting the best trophy if it's not a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921, starting a new century. 2016 Ocean City, the winner is Andrew Donahue, passed for 197 yards and a touchdown, finishing as the school's all-time leader in passing yards. Pleasantville's Laqual Athill threw for 163 yards and a score. Ocean City wins in 2016, 24-8. Ocean City and Pleasantville playing for the 100th time. Greyhounds lead at 34-21. It's generally thought that this will be the last Thanksgiving Day game between the two schools, but that's not official yet. And some people think it will not be. So we'll have to wait and see. Here's Mitchell. And Mitchell trying to add 6 more, and it looks like he's going to do it. He's bumped at the goal line, but he's in.
Enough yardage for a Greyhound touchdown.
Well, I just got outside, and again, at this point, just the final score that's going to matter. Got good speed to the outside, outraced the defenders, put 6 more on the board. And the Pleasantville Greyhound fans and their team members are going to enjoy their Thanksgiving turkey a lot more than the people across the way in red and white.
And you got to give credit to Coach Timberlake and his staff, the adjustments they made.
They're going to try for 2 here, and it's way out of the end zone.
I'm not too sure about that call, but the adjustments they made in the second half are telling.
40-21. Pleasantville with a 19-point lead. Less than 3 minutes to play here in this Thanksgiving Day game. Dino's Seaville Diner has been serving Cape May County and the Jersey Shore with great homemade meals since 1977. They're open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dino's specializes in seafood straight from the docks of Cape May, has the area's largest kids menu. Check them out at dinosdiner.com, where you can browse their menu and specials and order online. You can also phone Dino's at 609-624-3100 for takeout. Dino's Seaville Diner, Route 50, just off Route 9, only minutes away from everywhere. Bring your own bottle to Dino's. Dino's wishes everybody a happy Thanksgiving. In 2017, the Raiders stopped Pleasantville's two-point conversion with no time on the clock to win 34-32. Harry Feifel ran for 2 touchdowns, threw for another. Samir Jones threw for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Hounds. Mohamed Toure had 181 yards total offense and scored twice, including a pick six, before going on to a good career at Rutgers.
Yeah, he was a heck of a player. I remember that name.
Oh, big man.
Yes.
Big young man.
Here's the kick. It's high. Nobody back there. And it's into the end zone for a touchback. Can't run it out in high school football. So Ocean City will get the ball on the 20-yard line. But the game's pretty much out of reach for the Raiders.
That was a pretty good kick into the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, it
did
didn't
got a lot of bounce, but yeah, you're right.
And it was right between the two return men. And they just kind of looked at each other, I think, and it bounced into the end zone.
Gunnels has Gunther to his right. He's got a slot to the right. He's rolling right.
And a lot of D-backs.
He's going to run. Picks up about 7 yards. A flag comes in.
Let's see what the call is here.
Gunnels on the keeper. Across their right side.
Personal foul against Pleasantville. Pleasantville now 105 yards in penalty.
It's probably the only thing they've done wrong today. Especially, as Matt said, in the second half.
So Ocean City's out to the 45-yard line. Gunnels fires. Diving catch by Moyer. No. Lonergan makes the catch at the 41-yard line for a first down. Gunnels steps up, and he's going to run away from the pressure. Takes on the defender about a yard short of the first down.
Got a slide there.
Yeah, I'm sure the Ocean City coaches would like to see a slide also.
Yeah, and wherever he's going to college, they're looking for a slide there too.
Ball's at the 31.
He's a tough kid, though. He's
got the first down.
The play does get a first down for
Ocean City has 12 first downs in the second half. 18 in the game. Gunnels steps up, fires, incomplete. 2 receivers, pretty close area.
Yeah, it looked like he had Moyer running across more so than Lonergan, but it's easy to play quarterback up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the pass was intended for Leighton. But as you said, Moyer was kind of open just short of that, running across in front of him.
2nd and 10. Gunnels running away from pressure. He manages to outrun him. And he's taken out of bounds right about the line of scrimmage.
You know, I was just about to say, Pleasantville was rushing 3 guys, and Gunnels has time. And he's shown what he can do when he has time. They're dropping 8 back, and he was really threading the needle. Now Pleasantville's coming in with 4 guys and bringing a backer, getting a little more pressure on him.
Apparently didn't get out of bounds. 3rd and 11. Clock stopped now because 2 Pleasantville players are down on the field. One of them, I think, has a cramp based on the way the trainer's dealing with him. The other one hasn't moved much.
It's not that warm a day this late in the season. Surprised to have a cramp issue there.
If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. They'll consult you on your design, assist the development of your custom home. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. In 2018, Mohamed Touré ran for 159 yards and a touchdown. Samir Jones ran for a score, and Brian Stallworth brought back an interception for a score. Ian Ungst passed for 125 yards and an Ocean City score, but Pleasantville won it in 2018, 20-7. Well, that's Xander Roberts Bogan, and he's limping off on his own, but really carefully.
I think he made the tackle over there, and Gunnels got up with a slight limp, too, at the time. And that collision kind of took something out of both of them, I guess.
3rd and 11.
Here we go. It's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Ocean City Red Raiders.
Gunnels steps up, and he's wrapped up. 3rd sack of the day for Pleasantville. I think the 33rd of the year. That was Khalil Witherspoon, who's had a big day. It's 4th down. Less than a minute. Ocean City trying to get on the board. One more time.
Yeah, Pleasantville's come with four defensive linemen now.
4th and 16. Gunnels is wrapped up once more. And that's going to end the possession. We'll see if it ends the football game. Once again, I think that was Witherspoon.
Yes, it was.
What a big day he's had, offensively and defensively. And he'll be back. So, 30 seconds on the clock. Pleasantville takes over on its own 41-yard line.
Yeah, just you said, I mean, if you give Gunnels time, he's as good as anybody. But he just, a lot this season, he's running for his life back there. And, of course, in this situation, he's looking at, 8 guys in coverage or 7 guys in coverage. And with little time and nobody to get it to that's not covered, at least double teamed, it's a pretty tough chore. And, again, I mean, at 40-21, it really didn't matter at this point anyway.
Yeah, Mr. Witherspoon presenting a lot of problems. As Tom said, he's coming back next year. If he puts on another 20 or 30 pounds, I think we might see him at the next level.
Great season for Pleasantville. Playoff team. Won their division of the West Jersey Football League. And they wrap it up with a win over Ocean City as they snap the ball, get the clock going. Some low fives. Teams will line up to shake hands. And another Thanksgiving game, maybe the last. We'll only have to wait and see. And Pleasantville wins it 40-21. Xander Roberts Bogan, he scored on a 73-yard punt return to get things going. Chris Wright scored. Witherspoon scored a touchdown. Asadullah had a touchdown. Leslie had a touchdown. Mitchell had a touchdown. As you look at it, they have 6 different people score in this game, did Pleasantville. Duke Gunther scored for Ocean City on a 3-yard run. And then Tristan Schmidt, the freshman, 50 yards with an interception. Then Ocean City led at the half. And then they got another touchdown midway in the 4th quarter when Gunnels hit Moyer from 27 yards. Gunnels went over 3,000 yards passing for his career in the game. But Pleasantville wins it, and they'll be they'll be celebrating as it's a big win for the Greyhounds, and especially if it's the last in this Thanksgiving series.
But as you said, Tom, that tentatively they're scheduled to play next year, the first game of the season, so it won't be the last time these two teams face each other, but it just may not be on Thanksgiving.
Right, and it may be on Thanksgiving next year. Who knows? Those decisions haven't officially been made yet, but people have indicated it will probably be the last game. We'll have to wait and see.
Let me ask you this real quickly. If they change their mind and they do play on Thanksgiving, would they still play as the first and last game? Or would that be changed at the beach? Would be changed?
Yeah. No, if they don't play on Thanksgiving, they're going to try to play in the Battle at the Beach in Ocean City in August of next year. But should they play on Thanksgiving, they won't be playing there. Ocean City will play somebody else. And it won't be somebody from Pennsylvania, because after the fact, the NJSI was a little late in releasing the fact that they weren't going to count out-of-state games in the power ratings, and a lot of teams had already scheduled them. Next year, that won't be the case. Matter of fact, they tried to match up Millville with a Roman Catholic for the Battle at the Beach next year, and Millville said no. We'll play anybody in New Jersey.
Right.
It only makes sense.
Yep.
If you're going to do that. I'd love to see Millville, Toms River North in the Battle at the Beach. But right now, Millville, last we looked, was struggling with Vineland. So we'll have to see what's happening. They have a state championship game, though, a week from Saturday at Rutgers. But a big win here for Pleasantville. They win it 40-21. I want to thank Stephen Townsend for his hospitality and all the people here at Pleasantville High School. And of course, Bill Shawcross, who puts it all together as our producer, and his staff, Dylan and Lexi, who made a lot of things possible on our coverage of this game. Matt Ulmer, also one of the executive producers of our coverage of Ocean City football. Matt and Bud, happy Thanksgiving. And another season comes to an end.
Yeah, Tom, and on the one-loss side, it didn't fare as well for the Raiders, but boy, I'll tell you, you look at that schedule they faced this year, I think they had a pretty good season considering the quality of the teams that they had to play, and they had some young guys, and they got a lot to look forward to.
The Ocean City team is gathered there at the other end of the field. They're hoisting the Bob Thomas Mike Slaveski trophy. Bob Thomas and Mike Slaveski, coaches at Pleasantville and Ocean City respectively, and the trophy named for them, that the winner of this game gets to display for a year. And in this case, it might be forever because it's meant for a Thanksgiving winner. And if they end the series, then Pleasantville will just keep that baby forever. So thanks again to everybody for participation. Of course, all the people that sponsor our coverage make it all possible. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you this coverage. And, of course, high school basketball starts in 3 or 4 weeks. They've already started practice, and there'll be lots of coverage of that as well. So thanks again to everybody for on our staff here, and everybody here at Pleasantville High School for their hospitality. The final score, Pleasantville wins it 40-21.